Good morning students, hope you all are doing good. I am Ms. Sophia Sheikh, your science teacher, and today we will be learning a new lesson with a new start. So children, let us get started. So children, I'll give you a scenario and you have to tell me what will happen. Children, in the first case, you are watching my video and suddenly the screen goes black, total blackout. What you will do? Why would it happen? As I'm sitting in this room gets dark and black. Why will this happen? Because there is a cut in the electricity supply. Yes, as you know, the bulb here is working on what? Electricity. Correct. So, today let us explore what all is related to electricity, the appliances that are in our house that run on these electricity, right? So it is important to know what this electricity is, how the circuits work in our home. So let us get to know all these questions, answer to all with the lesson children, that is electricity and circuits. Children, you all know that just by pressing a switch we can operate devices like electric bulbs, fans and television sets, which make our life easier and more comfortable.
This is the picture.
These comforts
of the
are
great
provided by a type of
named
energy
as
called electricity.
Thomas Edison.
Yes, and it is very important.
Do you know what did he do?
What is electricity? Each and everything in the world is made up of tiny particles known as
he
atoms.
gave us the invention of
all the materials that are
in
present that are called
1859
matter,
and many years
atom
ago,
as the smallest unit of matter.
he gave us the
Every
invention
atom
of electric
consists of a
light bulb.
nucleus
Yes, the
containing
electricity that
neutrons,
we use,
protons,
modern
and
appliances that we
What
see
are
today.
neutrons? Neutrons are the
He was the first one to
positively-
light an electric
negatively
bulb during
charged
that
particles
olden times.
in the
So the
present in the
electricity,
nucleus.
imagine a day
Protons
without
are the
electricity
positive-
nowadays. It is impossible to imagine. So we will deal the lesson electricity. Electricity is the energy that has done so many blessings on we human beings. Everything in our house works on electricity. Maybe a tube light, our TV, our television, ACs, heaters, fan, etc. They all work on electricity. So all these appliances, even the small torches and flashlights, they work on electricity. Each and everything in the world, all the electrical appliance in our house, everything that uses electricity works on the light phenomenon of the electric circuit or the flow of electrons. In this lesson we will be knowing exactly how the electricity is related and what are electrons and everything. So electricity, the term electricity itself, when I take this name, you come to know all the light things, the appliances that work it on, for example a bulb, a fan, etc. So the word electricity, I will not go, it is very hard for me to explain this phenomenon as it is very vast, but we will be try to understand the concept in short and simple explanation so that you understand. So the electricity is mainly of two types, that is static electricity and dynamic electricity. Particularly we won't be talking about static electricity, we will be talking here about the dynamic electricity. The word dynamic electricity itself means that it is moving or it is always changing. The new inventions that take place are all in dynamic electricity, and the new appliances that are invented daily are all related to dynamic electricity. So dynamic electricity is the moving electric charges related in containing neutrons. protons and electrons. What are neutrons? These are just simply the part of nucleus with no charge. These particles are neutral, whereas protons have a positive charge on them and electrons have the negative charge. So, the positive and the negative charge make a balance in the nucleus and electrons are present revolving in orbits. So, as you can see here in this picture, electrons are revolving around the positive the core of the nucleus, and neutrons are just the balance making particles present in the nucleus of an atom. Children, electricity. Each and everything in the world is made up of tiny particles known as atoms. But previously we studied everything in this world which occupies mass and which occupies space and has a mass is matter. So, matter is present everywhere. Everything in this universe is matter. So, what is atom then? Atom is the smallest unit of matter. Yeah. So, every atom consists of nucleus containing So, as we discussed previously, the nucleus is made up of the positive and which are denoted by the plus sign, and the negative charges which is denoted by the negative sign. Children, to understand this concept, let us look back to the concept of magnets. So, as in a magnet, we have two poles, right, south and north pole, and you all know the like poles, that is north and south will repel each other, whereas the opposite poles, that is north and south, will attract each other. So, this was the phenomenon in magnets. Similarly, it is present in the electric charge as well. So, the positive charges and the negative charges will repel each other, whereas the positive and the negative charge, they won't attract, but they will help the circuit to work. So, the circuit will work when the negative and the positive terminal are joined, the electric circuit works. So, how it exactly works, we will be seeing how are these charge carriers, who are these, how are this charge carried, why is the electrons and all is moving. So, we know the positive charge is named as, and positive and negative charge in a nucleus, these are the subatomic particles. So, these charges are present in the nucleus that we studied previously. The positive one is the proton and the negative one is the electron, and the neutron is the neutral one. Okay. So, these are the charges present in the nucleus of an atom, and they help to in the flow of electricity and electric current. Okay. See, the protons and the electrons, these are the subatomic particles which carry the charge, which help in the flow of charges, the electron. So, in metals, these charges are continuously moving, whereas in metals they are always in motion, whereas in non-metals they are not in motion. So, they are steady. So, that is why non-metals are mostly insulators, that is, they do not allow the flow of electricity. That we will be studying in the further part of the lesson, but this is for now. So, children, the light that glows, the light bulb, the tube light, that is electric bulb, the current, all the electrons are flowing in one direction in your bulb. So, the electric bulb glows. Why? Because the electrons are flowing in one direction. So, as the current flows, the electric bulb glows, and as soon as this is called the electric current. The moving of the electrons in one direction is the electric current. So, the electric current happens through you see the bulb is connected through a copper or aluminum wire. Why is that so? Because in the wire the electrons are continuously moving. So, the question, they are always in one direction. Why the question arises is why they flow only in one direction. So, to answer this question, let us see what is an electric current. So, in an electric current, the electrons are flowing in, as I told you, only in one direction. So, the neutrons or the electrons are coming directly, the supply is taking place from the transformer, and it reaches, the electrons travel from that far and they reach your tube light and the bulb glows. Similarly, this all happens in one instant. Similarly is the case in torch and flashlights. The electric circuit, the arrangement is different, but the phenomenon is one and the same due to the flow of electrons. There are two electric bulb cells involved in this, and they are connected. This is the dynamic electricity. So we can define dynamic electricity as the flow of electric charges through conductors in one direction. Conductors are the materials which will allow the flow of electricity, whereas the insulators, they won't allow, they will cut down the supply. So the dynamic electricity is defined as this, the flow of electric charges through conductors in one direction. This is nothing but the dynamic electricity. Now from this we can derive the definition for our electricity. It is nothing but the flow of electric charges through conductors in one direction. It is used to operate things like clocks, calculators and phones.
The definition
it is also known as the pencil cell or the dry cell. A cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy. So this is the electric cell which is present in torches and various devices present in our home. So an electric cell is made up of two things, like inside materials present and outside. So it has got two terminals. The first one is the positive terminal and the second one is the negative terminal. So as you can see here in the picture, the metal cap is the positive terminal, whereas the metal disc is the negative terminal of an electric cell. Batteries. What are batteries? Electrical batteries or battery. When two or more identical cells, the electric cell that we discussed previously, are connected in series, they form a battery. They are not rechargeable due to irreversible chemical reactions, but some are also rechargeable. So mainly the batteries are of two types, that is, first one is primary batteries, next we have secondary batteries. So we will be learning more about batteries now. And then we have an electric bulb. What is an electric bulb? A small device that uses electricity to provide us light, which is called an electric bulb. This electric bulb has got three parts. The first one is vacuum, that is present, the filament and the holder. The base contains the holder, and the outer surface is made up of glass, and inside maybe a gas is present or there is vacuum sometimes, and the filament converts into energy and it emits energy or light. Light is the type of energy and it emits light. So it is made of three parts: vacuum, filament and holder. And let us explore what else an electric bulb has got. Now children, the electric circuit. Yeah, we come to the point of electric circuit now. Now electric circuit is the combination of a battery, connecting wires and the device, for example a bulb, to be operated. They are connected in a manner to provide a complete flow of charges from one terminal of the battery to the other. So electric circuits are also of two types, mainly they are open circuits and closed circuits. Open circuits have where the flow of current is not there or they are open, and the closed circuits. So let us study in more detail what is this electric circuit. So the electric circuit has these thin components like a battery, a bulb and a connecting wire. So all these components work together to form a circuit. So let us see how. So an electric circuit will work only when the battery and the bulb are connected with the help of these wires, the connecting wires. So this is the simple circuit that you see here, a battery of any simple voltage and a bulb. So if you connect the two ends of the positive terminal to any one end of the bulb, one terminal of the bulb, and the negative terminal of the battery to the other terminal of the bulb, the circuit gets complete and the bulb will glow. So you have to connect the negative terminal to any one terminal of the bulb. So now here the bulb will glow up. Why the bulb lights? Because this is an example of a complete circuit where the battery and the bulb. So this is a circuit. Now we termed it as, it is working on electricity. So this will be our electric circuit, right? So we will call this as electric circuit. So as now this is a simple electric circuit that I have shown you, and it is working because it is a closed circuit. When you remove any one of the terminal, it will be the open circuit, as the flow of current will stop. So it is the path. What is an electric circuit? It is the path along which electric current can flow. So the flow of electrons depends in a circuit is known as the electric circuit. The flow of the path of the that is followed by the electrons in the circuit is the electrical circuit. Now we can say the circuit is complete. So the question arises, how are these electrons moving in this circuit, or how are they moving inside the bulb? So what happens here is, children, the electron, it transfers its energy from his energy, extra energy, to its neighboring electron, and this results into the flow of the energy, like one electron will pass its energy to another, other one with the other, like this the whole electric circuit works. This is called electric current. What is electric current? It is the flow of electrons in one direction. We can also define this electric current as follows, but as you can see here, the red is the moving electron shown here. So the electrons are continuously moving in a closed circuit. As long as the electrons are moving, the bulb is glowing, or it is lighting, or it shows light. But as soon as we cut the supply, or we remove the wire from any one end, the flow of electric current will stop and the circuit will break down. So the electric current is the transfer of energy. When electron will transfer its energy from itself to the other neighboring electron, and like this they will continue the flow of energy, the transfer of energy, and due to this the filament in the bulb will heat up, and that's why the bulb glows. And whereas in the other parts, the direction of the flow of electrons is shown with the help of these arrows, like see, it is going from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. So we can also define the electric current as flow of electrical energy through the circuit. Yes, we didn't, the previous one was electric current. So both these are the definitions, but the more appropriate one that we will be using is the second one. The electric current is the flow of electrical energy through the circuit. So the energy flows through the circuit, and which results in the light of the bulb lightning, and the same phenomenon is used in the electrical appliances that we use. So here you can see exactly what is happening. The electrons are flowing, see, from one end of the bulb to the white line is showing. It is traveling straight up to the filament and then going to the other end. This is happening, and this results in the heating up of the filament, which makes the bulb glow. Children, this is the simple demonstration of the conditions wherein how the electrical bulb will glow when the wires are connected in various conditions. So you just have to observe what is happening in the video and note down the observations. Note down your observations, like exactly what is happening. So the complete electric circuit, if the electric circuit is complete, the bulb will light up. But what will happen in these conditions, you have to observe and tell me. Write it down on a sheet of paper in your book, 200 pages notebook, and then send me the pics of it. Okay. So here is the condition where the wires are crisscross. Why is the bulb glowing? Come on, think, scratch your heads and think why is it glowing. Here is the condition where the wires are connected only one terminal of the bulb, but it is not glowing. Why is it happening so? Why, children? Why is it happening? Why? Because the answer to this question is, the one, for a current to flow in an electric circuit, it needs to be complete and a closed circuit, right? But here one terminal is left out and remaining. So what will happen? Other terminals are connected, but one of them is remaining. So how will the electrons flow in a circuit? Through the wires. That's why the bulb is not glowing here in this condition. Okay? You have to tell me the previous one. So you need to check the properly the wires in a circuit are connected properly so that the current will flow, and then only your circuit will be complete and the bulb will glow. So the direction of flow of electrons is shown by that arrow. How is it traveling? It is not able to travel. Why? Because it is connected to only one end. So it is also very dangerous, as the battery, the flow may get reversed and the battery may get exploded. So children, be careful. Whereas here you should also make sure that you don't connect these open wires directly. Why? Because this is also dangerous and you might get an electric shock too. So never do this. Always use an extra component, okay? As the voltage may reflect, it may get higher or lower, so you never know, okay?
Electric switch. In our houses, we have switch to turn on and turn off the electrical appliances. Everywhere we see the switches for the operating an electrical appliance. So every switch has two states, the on state and the off state. So for example, if you on the button, the switch, the fan will start working, and when you off the switch, it also goes off and it stops. Why does this happen? Switch. What is a switch but? It is a simple device that either breaks the circuit or completes it. So when you put on, the circuit is complete and the flow of current starts flowing and the fan starts moving. Whereas when you off the button of the switch, so the circuit breaks down and the flow of energy stops, the flow of current stops, so the fan stops moving. So now let us see this. Let us understand the concept of electric switch in more detail. Children, you know this is the transformer. Electricity is supplied to this transformer to every household, and appliances work on it. You can see this picture. What is it called? Yeah, children, this is an switchboard which we use to operate our electrical appliances like fan, lights, and also some what we connect through them, right? So a bulb glows when we put on the switch, and what is happening exactly here when you are just oning the light? So the electric current from transformer comes to the meter that is in your building. Then it comes to the main switch that is present in your home, and then finally it reaches the electric board and the bulb is glown. Children, the amazing thing to know is this long wave process that you see, it just happens in a quick of seconds, like in an instant. It happens instantly as you just switch on the bulb. So it is really amazing phenomenon, but as this current travels at the speed of light, that is extremely fast, and it happens at an instant. So how exactly works? So so in an electric circuit, now let us study the 4 electric circuits like illustrations. So this is the first one. Tracing the path of the current flow, one finds that current does not flow the filament. So the bulb we have connected, if we break the supply, we cut the wire, the flow of the current stops, so the bulb will not glow. Whereas, so that's why all this phenomenon is in our appliances, day to day appliances that we use, that is water heater, air conditioner, torch, on the bulbs. Let us see this circuit, a simple circuit I will take here, so that you will be able to understand the transformer, the switch, and the appliance. These are the 3 main components in a circuit, like the transformer, the switch, and the appliance. So these 3 work in harmony in a closed loop and form an electric circuit. So this is just an example of a simplified circuit. We have many more complicated and many more components in a circuit, but just for now that you will study in the higher standards, just for now you need to know this much, that is the transfer of this electric current through the simplified circuit. So these are the 3 components, the transformer, switch, and appliance, which I used in a simple circuit. I am using just this to illustrate the flow of current, that is using the appliance that is in our home. So the flow of current is like this, from the transformer till the switch and the appliance. Children, so why does the appliance stop working when we switch off?
the button. It is because the electricity supply of electricity is breaking, the current that is flowing is stopped. So why is it? The amazing fact to know is the transformer always supplies electricity, it doesn't stop. So why then our appliance stops moving or a fan stops? This is because we switch off and we break the circuit. As we saw that in a bulb we cut the wire, here we cut the supply of current from that. So in this case the appliance will stop working, and as soon as we switch on, the appliance will start working again. Circuit of a torch. In a torch there is an electric circuit too. It is comprised the essential elements of an electric circuit in and present in a torch are given as below. The first one is the source of electricity or the current. What is it? The second one is connecting wires, then we have the electrical device, and then we have finally the switch. Now what is the source of electricity in a torch? A cell, battery, or maybe AC voltage. Some torches have a switch or a connecting wire too for voltage to be applied, acts as a source to supply current to the circuit. Then we have connecting wires. These wires are needed to join various components of a circuit. So if we don't connect these components, how will the current flow? Yeah, so the connecting wires play an important role in linking or connecting the two ends of a circuit or the components of a circuit. Then we have the electrical device. This uses up the current flowing in the circuit to produce light or heat. Electric devices includes bulb, heaters, geysers, etc. So they will emit light, or depending upon the purposes. In geysers it will make the water hot. So then we have the last part, that is switch. What is a switch? It is used to turn on or switch off the electrical device. So we have the four essential things in a, we have an electric circuit even in a torch, which has the following elements like source of electricity, connecting wires, electrical device, and the switch. And now let us talk about the electrical conductors. Here we will talk also about the insulators, what are conductors and what are insulators too. But first of all, what are electrical conductors? All materials which allow current to pass through them are called conductors. For example, aluminium, copper, brass, iron, silver, gold, etc. All these materials that you see are the good conductors of electricity, and they allow the flow of electricity to happen, and they conduct electricity. So that's why the wires in your house are made up of coppers, as copper has the super conductivity, or as compared to, it is cheaper and it is used in making the wires present in your house for the electrical appliances. Then we have the insulators. We have got the insulators, the materials which do not allow the current to pass through the electrician's body, or any of us that we use, like the user. We are using an electric device, so we are the user. Not necessary that electrician's body only. We also, when we use an appliance, we need the insulators, as this insulators will help the current to, they won't allow, they will cut the supply of the current to that circuit itself, and the current won't flow and we don't get a shock. That is the work of the insulators. So the examples are wood, rubber, glass, air, thermocol sheets, etc. So that's why every switch or the wiring in your house is covered with a plastic switch, and the switch board that is present is also of plastic, as it is the insulator and bad conductor of electricity that avoids the danger of person getting shock. We end up our lesson, children. What an amazing lesson, right? To know about the day-to-day things that we use. We didn't even pay much attention to the electricity that we use, a common thing. So it's a blessing, and you should use it properly, effectively, and while making sure that you are safe and don't come or any accident happens to you. Okay, so stay safe, stay at home, and do whatever I tell you to do in this, and keep doing your homework and take good care of yourselves. This was for today, children. Bye bye, take care.